Consciousness has boredom. Folks and people and humans and worlds on a planet Earth floating in outer space who believe in aliens and UFOs, who proclaim they are a prophet from a religion they learned about in a book on a shelf they visited with some money they received from a government they say are racist now. And hallucinations caused from an addiction, from PTSD received by a draft enlistment and fighting and shooting and explosions and psychedelic examples and descriptions with mushrooms, high doses of THC edibles, DMT hits from bongs, tabs of LSD on sugar cubes, and explanations about a memory from consciousness involving pornography, naked orgies, schizophrenic whispers, and long-winded thoughts received from another dimension now. Game theory includes these parts of brain, body, mind, and world. As stimulation received as a reward for hard work. Waking up early and making that pan of bacon, drinking that coffee and sweeping the floor. And speaking eloquently, soft and gently, reassuringly, and thoughtfully now. And in the context of climate change and sustainability, there's an eventual dilemma and paradox. A Bible elucidates psychics talk about predicting a future, and scientists say with time travel, mathematically are correct now. A planet Earth, a human who has no place to grow their mushrooms and cook their LSD and methamphetamine crack in a pan they use to eat their soybeans and fake protein ingredients, and have to continue without a reward. Listening to a TikTok and having no benefit for describing a sound from a clock. No social reward. On Facebook and Google and Twitter, from an energy source depleted, from insistence. Everyone lives in a video game simulation, and inside a moon around Earth, orbiting, there's extraterrestrials pushing buttons. And landing invisible on Earth now and doing experiments on everyone now. Mathematics are possibly all a scientist has available. A human has at their discretion to begin solving a problem I describe in an example now. One H plus XT equals C. One task, a variable amount of tasks to complete. In a limited amount of time with light provided from a sun equals consciousness. And unfortunately, E energy, effort, equals consciousness. In this world example described now, with no error, with decision making, with no consequence for distraction and confusion and misdirection, hallucination and drug addiction. Causing death, dying, and an end for a heart beating, neurons and synapses problem solving, and unfortunately, energy. Made to be a set of bones. A wild animal eats to survive an apocalypse, disaster, destroyed, scorched planet Earth now. And lastly, a motivation theory example description with people who aren't driving their car or whispering to a neighbor who lives in an apartment where they rent a room in a house in a building with studios, instead of using social skills to problem solve and eliminate distraction and hallucination and confusion and misdirection, for stimulation and reward for their Facebook friends, Twitter followers who read their posts about what they heard and what they saw and what they observed and what they felt from an example they provide now.